next time. Okay, well, we're just press and play because that's how we roll, as you know by now.
Well, and Brittany asked me the question, you're like, oh, your face looks better. I'm like, Brittany, I still look like a burn victim. What are you talking about? I look literally like I got hit by a train. So get this, the day that I had it done, I sent Nathan a picture of my face. He called me 5 times in a row when I was on my walk because he thought something happened to me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're talking about skin pen, but so I've not heard of that other than you using that. So is it microneedling? Is it
It's microneedling.
Fraxel?
No, it's
Okay.
microneedling and it's the brand. So Skin
Okay.
Pen Microneedling.
Okay.
I guess it's the brand. So if you look up Skin Pen like on Instagram or social media or whatever, they've got hundreds of thousands of followers, but it is the brand of microneedling.
Okay. And it goes deep. Like that's like an
Clearly.
aggressive one. Yeah.
Clearly it goes deep. If you guys like my face literally looks like I don't even know, like it's almost like a burn victim. I don't really know. It was horrible.
Yeah, except it is like honestly, like 2 days later it is so much better already.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's a quick recover compared to, peeling your skin and that obnoxious feeling.
yeah, but yeah, I'll be honest, this morning, like Rachel, who's been on the podcast a couple weeks ago, if you guys didn't listen, tune into that one. But Rachel's the one who did it. And she texted me the next morning. She's like, how are you doing? I'm like, girl, I have never had kids, but I feel like this is like a skin pen situation to where you do it and you don't remember how bad it was and you don't remember how bad you look once you do it. Because I've had this done many a times before. But I also think too, she went a lot. Like she even said, I went a little bit more aggressive this time. I'm like, yeah, fucking think.
Well, like I think that we're both on this side though. Like if you're gonna do it, just like do it properly.
That was literally my response back to her. I was like, you know me well, obviously, because you know if I'm gonna do it, I really want you to do it as hard as you can. Like, like
Yeah.
it's just like everything, like a
Yeah.
massage, like a facial. Like, I'm not here. I know people go and do these things to like relax. This ain't your girl. Like, I want in, I want out, and I want results. Like, we don't fuck
Yeah.
around.
Totally. Oh my gosh. We were in Vegas last week for work. And so I took one of the spouses to the spa for the afternoon. And so we were both sitting there like talking about massages because we were both going to go get one. And she's telling me about her person that she goes to at home and how much like they're so awesome because they're so aggressive and all this. I'm like, okay, you're my girl. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And so I'm like, so I usually show up to the hotel, massages with very little expectations so that that you'll be happy in the end because usually they're not great massages in a hotel, right? We both walked out from our massage. We're like, that was fantastic. It was like, we just need to like say it out loud that this was going to be horrible to be pleasantly surprised.
That's so good. But do you know what's so interesting that you say that? My favorite massage. Now, I have 2 girls here in Arkansas that are both fabulous. I'm not dissing them. But if I have literally even said to Nathan one time, I was like, can we please go to Vegas just so we can go get massages? I have 2 people at the Cosmopolitan Hotel who are our go-tos, and I will not go except to go to them. And we get 100-minute. We go like as long as we can. They are the deepest. Like you feel like you got beat up after, and it's the best experience ever.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm like, what is the point of massage afterwards? I can sleep tonight. I don't need to sleep on the massage table. Like, figure my knots out now.
Exactly. Like use your elbow, get me to almost tears where I'm like, okay, you have like, it's very rare. Have you ever said to a massage person like, oh, can you lighten up a little bit?
No, because
I
I'm
know.
just like, just breathe through it. Because also, what I usually find happens is they start out really aggressive if you're like, I'd like hard. And then they slowly get lighter to the point where at the end, I'm like, are you even massaging me anymore? And so I never say go lighter.
Yeah, if they're no, mind you, this guy. So there's 2 people in Vegas. If you guys want the names, I'll let you know. But like, I'm not going to shout them out because I never want them to get too busy to where I can't get in.
Totally. That's our girl in town here. I'm like, seriously, I cannot get into her ever. It sucks.
See, yeah, no, like I'm out on that. Like I always want like, the 10 out of 10 people, but I have had to tell this one guy in Vegas. So there's one guy and one girl, and Nathan, I'll go to one or Nathan will go to the other or whatever. And like, I have had to say to him, like, listen, you're the first person on the planet I've had to say this to, but you're going to have to go a little less, like, especially on like what are those called? Those in your hamstrings. What's that thing
Oh
called?
God.
The
Yes.
IT band, the IT band, where you're just like, breathe.
Yeah. Totally, I know. But then I'll usually just like breathe really loudly. So
Yeah,
hopefully they kind of get the point without me having to say it.
exactly. Yep, we like Brittany and I are two peas in a pod when it comes to most things, and the
Oh my gosh.
aggressiveness is what we're liking. And yes, my girl Rach, she did aggressive for sure, for sure. But you know what's actually interesting is I'm super grateful. Yesterday I had like a couple longtime clients, and I sent them a message beforehand. I was like, "Listen, I'm wearing a hat and I've got my blue blockers on because I do not want to scare you. But I will say on Zoom, I don't look as horrible as I look in real life."
It like seriously on this, like you don't even notice. So like you're totally fine. So what do you think? Like by Friday you'll feel like better to go in public? Do you think it's that quick of a turnaround? What do you think?
Girl, I have a lunch meeting in 2 hours. I'm going in public today. And I
Oh,
put
I know,
myself on
but you know
social
what
media.
I mean. Like
Oh, yeah.
when's your yeah.
To where I don't have to caveat like, "Hi, I
Yeah.
had something done to my face. Sorry, I look like a crazy
Yeah.
person." Rachel said by the weekend I should be good, which
Oh
is great.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
I had
my
it done on a
sister-in-law
Monday.
showed up at Thanksgiving dinner and she had Fraxel, which is like, like an aggressive one also. She was like right at the beginning of it, total burnt face and everything. She's like, "Sorry, I just had." I'm like, "You're preaching to the wrong choir. Don't even worry about this. My skin last week looked like hell, so we're good."
Exactly, and it's a perfect time actually for it because you're
Yeah,
just
it
like
is.
with family or whatever, and it's kind of like low key vibes. Like it's actually like a really good thing. I don't know why. Again, I feel like this is kind of like what you moms experience in pregnancy. At the minute I laid down on the table, mind you, when I had my eyes done, I said the exact same thing. When I laid down on the table, I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot how much this hurts." And then when I left, I was like, I'm gonna look like a train wreck for the rest of the week. Why did I not remember this?"
Totally. Oh my gosh. I literally just messaged Sarah the other day at Fresh Skin Lab because I was like, "Okay, now it's time for some needling. I need to figure this schedule out." So I think maybe next week is my week,
Yeah,
down
well,
week.
just
Yeah.
be prepared. You do look like a burn victim. And like the worst part is I'm so swollen. So like I feel like the wrinkles around my mouth and my eyes, which I hate so much, I actually feel like they're almost more prominent because I'm so swollen. Like I feel like
Mm.
I'm just like a chipmunk a little bit. But anyway, they say that like when you're heavier, you actually your wrinkles are less. I don't know if that's not necessarily true because right now I'm pretty swollen and I'm definitely heavier in my face, but I feel like I can see my wrinkles more.
I was using this filter on stories the other day, and
Uh-huh.
Sienna, my daughter, she's like, "Just so you know, Mom, that makes you look even more wrinkly than you are." I'm like, "That's good to know, and thank you for the backhanded compliment, I think."
Oh my god. I'm sure she was trying to be so kind, but even more wrinkly than you are. Sienna, you could have said it in a very kinder way. Like, "Mom, you know what? You actually aren't wrinkly in real life, but that
I
filter is
know.
making you look wrinkly."
Totally. I'm like, "Okay, call my Botox. It's been about 5 months, so like maybe it's time."
Oh my gosh, you only have to get Botox every 5 months?
Well, I just like put it off as long as I can, but like, it's been 5 months. I'm feeling like I want to now, but I'm also feeling like I don't want as much as I've used to done in the past. So I'm like, okay, maybe half the dose. Because last time I did it, he went definitely more aggressive, and I felt like my eyelids were super heavy. And when you just like look at yourself and you feel like you look different, I'm like, I
Mhm.
don't want that feeling.
No, for sure. But I actually think I complimented you the last time you got it done. And I said, "Wow, your forehead looks so great."
Well, that's probably like a few weeks in. I feel like after 2 weeks, when things like really settle, then like the eyes start to feel better.
Okay.
But like I don't need
Yeah.
any more drooping eyes. Like you've figured
No.
your eyelids out, but I don't need.
But I'll be honest with you, I feel like I'm tired all the time. So I feel like I could have, like, I wish she would have actually taken a little bit more. However, I've heard if she takes a little bit more, there's like a chance where you could have, like, almost not been able to shut your eyes. And
Yeah,
obviously, like,
that's
that's
not
not what
okay.
you want. But I
How
still would
creepy
have,
would that be? Like you're trying to sleep.
can you
Nathan looks
imagine?
over at you and your eyes are like, "Oh my god." Oh, that'd be hilarious.
No, I know. Aren't we all so crazy? I mean, my gosh, I don't know if you get this, but ladies, we need to hear your 2 cents on this because oh my God, this is so funny what I did. This, I'm going to send you the photo. Okay, so I was playing golf with my guys yesterday. And again, it's the day after I got this done to my face. Every fucking one of them. I was like, "I can't believe you do that stupid shit. Why do you do that stuff? Why would you ever do that? Don't do that. Blah, 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 blah." And the only reason why they're saying this is because they're seeing me the day after I had it done. right? Like that
Totally.
is their perspective. They're like, why would you ever do that? Why are you trying to pay for youngness? Blah, 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 blah. I was like, well, if I had your amount of money, I would fucking look like I'm 20, but I only have my money. So now I'm looking only like I'm 37.
Right? Seriously.
But I'm going into it. But I think it's so funny. And I think you and I have maybe talked about this, or maybe I've talked about this on my own podcast. But I feel like guys say they don't want their wives or girlfriends or whatever. Like, I think they say they want natural. And no, like, I am literally not trying to shade anyone who doesn't do anything. I actually think it's fabulous that you don't want to do something if you don't want to do something. But I literally put into ChatGPT yesterday. I'm going to send you this photo. But this is literally what I said to ChatGPT yesterday. And I'm not like trying to shade anything. But I literally told them, because they're like, we want natural. Like, no guy, da, 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 da. I said, what does the average American 44-year-old woman who has never done anything to her face or her body or color her hair look like? And ChatGPT generated a photo for me.
My gosh. Of you? So did you put like one of your photos in it?
No, that's smart though, but I should have fucking done that.
Yeah,
but
show me what I would look like without doing anything.
Okay, maybe I'll do that. But like it said, here is a grounded, realistic picture of a 45-year-old woman in America with no cosmetic looks, Botox, lasers, filler, hair color, all of the things they generally look like. And then they gave like the face, the pigmentation, the puffy eyes, the wrinkles, some gray hair, texture changes, body shape, skin, muscle tone, because again, doesn't do any work on herself. The woman who hasn't done anything can look vibrant and confident. However, polished looks does come from cosmetic enhancements. So I sent these guys the photo, and like, there's the photo of the woman. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, again, this is my personal opinion, but I do not want to look like a normal 45-year-old woman who doesn't do any work on herself. And I think that
Let's remind you of what the podcast is called. Anything but average.
Exactly.
We don't want to be the average 44-year-old woman here. And we're also aging ourselves again. You just turned 43.
Whatever,
so
43.
Let's go back.
43, whatever. I was just generalizing. But I think it's very important for guys to realize they think they want natural, but what they want is a natural look that's not natural, in my personal opinion.
Well, it's funny. I did the betrayal list, trending thing. And one of them I put on was that, betrayed by actually aging gracefully, kind of like that. No, sorry. Like, we all need, if you want to be aging gracefully, it doesn't mean that you need to look like, you've had all of this work done, but like, my goal is like, how do I age gracefully, looking like I've had minimal things done, but that I care about myself?
I'm like a big proponent of that. And again, if you do not want to do anything, maybe it's for health reasons, maybe it's because you're just like, screw the man, this is the way I was, good for you. I want everyone to do what they want to do. But I believe in general, we as women want to feel like the best versions of ourselves. And I am not saying I want to look like someone else, but I sure as fuck do not want to look like the natural version of myself. I have gray hair. Like, I would not have muscle on my body. I would not be lean. I would not have eyebrows this color. I would have a lot more wrinkles. I would have saggy eyes. I do not want that. And so, like, I was just trying to point out to them, like, I was literally giving them a photo of, like, you say you want natural, but boys, this is what natural is. Do you want natural, or do you want a woman who's like, quote, natural, but not like overdone?
Exactly. The look, that they care for themselves. I think like that is a really big thing. I actually put another story on recently asking, because what's his face? Dan Martell was saying basically people will take you more seriously if you take care of yourself.
100%.
Like, health-wise, right? 100%. Totally agree also. And so I like put it like, this might be controversial, but do you agree or disagree? 100% across the board, everyone agreed. And so like that goes back into this part also, right? Like, how you don't need to do the Botox, the fillers, like whatever, do you, but how are you going to take care of yourself? Because that's how you present yourself. And I think that also that builds the confidence. When you feel better about you, you're going to show up differently.
I totally agree. And this, again, I'm so glad that you pointed out the conversation of this podcast is anything but average. I just think the opportunity to like present yourself in a certain way. I think the opportunity, like Nathan made an unbelievable business connection one time when we were sitting beside a couple on the way to Mexico one time. Like this connection has been fabulous for us over the years. And I just think that like you're perceived a certain way. I guarantee you, if I'm on a 6 a.m. flight, and I'm sure you know this too. I don't know how much you fly like by yourself or whatever, but I used to fly by myself all the time for business events and like for golf events and stuff like that. And I used to be like, and it's just, it is what it is, but there's mostly men up in business class, especially in a morning flight. And I will say, like, not every time, because sometimes I was flying home tired from golf and things like that. But most of the time, if you present yourself in a certain way, you have a better chance of having different conversations. I got a client off of sitting, next to someone in business class, and I looked presentable in my,
Yeah.
I think it matters.
Yeah, totally. My mom has sat next to some that like she's actually set them up with her friends and they've become married. Like you never know.
And how can you be prepared for it, right? Like
Yeah,
being in the right place at the right time and being prepared and being,
open
presentable.
to that.
Yeah, being you, and you never know. I'm just saying if you're prepared and have the potential to like look a certain way and act a certain way and be able to hold yourself in a certain manner, I think that you're putting yourself in proximity of like a better opportunity. I think Oprah always used to say when luck and when preparation meets opportunity, that's luck. And I think if you're prepared in a certain situation, I think that you can have a lot of luck.
Absolutely. And it is proximity. I mean, like no matter what, right? You pay to play. And if you're wanting to put yourself in new rooms, if you're wanting to up level whatever that is, personal, professionally, then you are going to have to put some money where your mouth is to get there, right? To put yourself in those new rooms, to sit in business versus, and then you're in there. What are you going to do to make sure that you find the quote luck in those opportunities also?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's say it's your, like, I mean, again, going back to Jesse Itzler, he used to talk about he used to sit at the Beverly Hills Hotel and drink water and eat a salad. Why? He was putting himself in the proximity of the right people. Let's say, you can only invest in sitting in business class one time. I'm going to tell you, look the fucking part. Don't wear Crocs and a 75-year-old sweatshirt and you might have a better opportunity. And again, like I'm like, there's no shade, but like, also, maybe the people who maybe he doesn't have to. Maybe he's literally like, I'm at a position in life that I don't care who I meet. I'm going to dress whoever I want to dress, and he doesn't need those opportunities. But I would say like you have a better if I had a chance to talk to 5 people all in a certain situation, 4 of them looked professional and very put together. I would probably choose those people than a person who had sweatpants and like Crocs and a headband that doesn't look like you've brushed your hair for a month. Like, judge
Yeah.
me if you
Well,
want.
and I know how I feel like when I put the effort in a day and I actually like get out of sweats and like feel good and get dressed, wash my hair, it's not greasy, like all the things, like anyone can, I feel like, feel this feeling, how much better you show up, how like all of that, right? And so, yeah, I think that it exudes energy. You exude the energy as to like how you feel about yourself.
100%. Why do you think today? Like, I mean, it's like I look like I got run over by a truck. So I've done my hair. I put on a cute outfit. I have lipstick on. Like, I'm trying my best. I'm going to go put on a ton of jewelry to try to
Distract from your face.
distract from my face. Can you like the vibe that I would probably put off in public if my face looks like a train wreck, my hair hasn't been washed, I'm in sweatpants, like just how you even act. Like I know that I would act differently in a crowd if I'm putting myself together versus if I look like I literally just rolled out of bed.
Totally. I actually just like can envision the body language when you feel like not great about yourself, like shoulders hunched over, probably head down, like trying to make yourself actually small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus just like being really like whatever that looks like to you, right? That version of you that like is really well put together and like I mean you can Like, I mean, you see the girls like on Instagram, like the girls who, or even in their workout clothes, but they put it together. Like, I'm not saying you have to dress like I don't have really high end clothes or anything like that. Like, I'm not a fashionista by any regards, but I do think that you could even put together, make yourself really put together, even if you're in like fashionable workout outfit. Girls do it all the time.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, well, we've hit the face and now we've hit the body.
I know I'm coming off judgy McJudgerson, but I just feel like it's real. Like, I mean, I just think it's important. I think it's important the way that you take care of yourself. I think it's important the way that you put yourself together. And I'm not a perfect, poster child for this every single day, but I think it matters.
Totally. Yeah. That's our Hot Minute Monday.
Hot Minute Monday. Woo, maybe we need to bring these to a little controversy every few weeks. What do you guys want us to talk about? What is the next controversial topic?
Seriously, right? I don't know. Well, I just did a podcast on like microdosing and psilocybins and stuff.
Shit.
That was quite fascinating. Yeah.
Okay, so go listen to that podcast, but then also maybe next week we should talk about that. Make a note.
Make a note, mental note.
I'll put it down because I write everything down on a sticky note, but because I want to hear about that. Like, I've heard about it. I don't know much about it. I feel like I'm such a puss that I get, a little bit of a buzz from a glass of wine, so I can't do anything else.
Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. Like, sometimes I'm like, that would be fascinating. Like, maybe I'm curious. And then other times I'm like, no, not at all. Like, and so we'll see where that goes one day, but one day is not today for me.
All right, y'all, we will see you next Monday. Be sure to let us know anything you want us to talk about. Maybe those Hot Minute Mondays. Let us know what you thought about today. Let me know if you think I am a stuck-up bitch or if you agree.
Oh my God. Happy Monday.